Sweet Bolo. Oh, the bull. Oh, What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Motion Designers Reacts, and today we're checking out another cinematic from the video game world. I don't know what it is with video game companies and knocking these cinematics out of the park, so as always, let's keep the intro short and let's check out League of Legends: The Call. Alright, so I know this is a little bit more in the video game realm. Huge fan of Arcane on Netflix, so that's kind of the only introduction I have into the League of Legends world. So yeah, I mean, the characters look more video game-ish, and that's totally fine, but man, these environments look amazing. So yeah, hyper-realistic, big eyes, big faces, almost anime-like, but it's not really taking me out. The great transition on that, love that. Nice lighting on the face. I mean, standing out already is the particle work. Yeah, nice hit on the music there. Yes, he's a Spartan. Huge fan of the movie 300 and the Spartan, so I'm liking that. Oh, very cool teleporting abilities on that character. Forgive me, anyone watching this. I don't know all the League of Legends characters. Man, the music and sound design, just on top of everything, this is a really well done cinematic. Yeah, nice fight sequence. All with the shield in his hands too, love that. Oh, the little flare out from them hitting, that particle effect on that, awesome. Wow, I mean, there's just so much happening in this cinematic. I love all the contrasting environment color palettes as well. Oh, nice. Oh my gosh. Wow, the rippling of the water and the bubbles in that. I mean, that is top-notch particle work and fluid simulations. Nice profile shot too. Man, that was a beautiful shot. Well, let's go back and talk about that really quick when this is over. The pacing of this right now is so good too. We had all that high energy, high action. We're slowing it down a little bit to give us a breath, which is really nice. We're feeling all the characters in like this desperate sort of scenario, and it's gonna pick right back up. Cool transition on her face on that. Man, they're doing a really good job with the facial features as well, just feeling the emotion in all these characters. I really love that. Oh, wow. Yes, that is a cool effect. Sweet Bolo. Oh, the bull. Oh, froze them and shattered them. That was awesome. Yeah, just all the close-ups and feeling the emotions through the eyes of all these characters. Really well done. Is there anything else? Alright, cool. Yeah, great little title reveal with the Forge feeling effects. Alright. Really well done. Wow, in terms of cinematics, instead of Arcane from Netflix, this is kind of my new introduction to League of Legends, and I am super impressed with everything that's going on here. Let's kind of take a look through this again and break down a couple of key moments for me that really stood out. But overall, what a great cinematic, just really well done. So one of the first things that stood out right away from this is just the opening set scenarios and environments that were being established are just so great. We got inside the forge, we had this blue mountain area, everything feels cold. We have the desert, we have where the 300 guy is fighting. I'm just gonna call him Leonidas. I don't know if it is Leonidas. And just the overall environment and establishing these, cutting between them as we go on, really sets the tone in the scene for us, and we know exactly where we're going each time something cuts. Just gonna do also a quick mention, I really love the transition from the desert scene to the mountain scene. And if you also notice when they're putting their hands on the mountain and they're climbing up, there's just the ever so subtle detail of the grass moving under their hand. And it's kind of one of those details where it's obviously intentional. They want it there, it's in frame, it's in the center, but it's almost such a small detail that they didn't even have to put in the secondary animation of that grass moving in there. But just showing that shows the passion that they had for this project. One little moment that stood out for me is when the Viking is looking towards past camera. This shot of the Viking, and it might help because he's got a helmet on and he's a little bit obscured, but man, it just looks so cinematic and realistic. The hair is moving on his vest. He looks ominous. The lighting is really backlit and making him stand out. And I just feel how badass and strong this guy is. And it's just such a good moment with the music and the scene and the environment. And it just really stood out in terms of all the characters that we're looking at so far. Just another overall comment that's really standing out for me is the particle and simulations and fluids and all the dynamics that they're doing throughout this whole thing. They're just all really well done and kind of a masterclass, in my opinion, of dynamics, fluid simulations, and particle simulations. If it's not from the dust that's flying around or the rubble and little pieces of debris falling off of the rock, or the one that stood out the most for me is just the ripples and the waves and the bubbles of the hot sword going into the water. If nothing else, we could study and look at these particle simulations on their own and just learn so much. They're so cinematic, they feel real, and they just add so much extra details to everything that's happening throughout this piece. I'll also mention the fight scene with Leonidas, or at least that's what I'm calling him. Feel free to let me know who he actually is in the comments. I love the fight scene with this. It's not super jarring, it's not overly handheld. We get good impact, good action without making it too obscured and camera shaky, kind of like in the Bourne Identity where you just have no idea what's happening, it's just out of control. Quick mention of the particle effect when the shields are hitting in that same fight scene. I love the little flare out effect that we're getting on the edges of that. Really nice looking, really good creative take on that. And then to tie it up, I think it's really clever how we started the animation with the forging of this weapon, and we're ending the cinematic with the weapon being pretty much done and forged, and that's how we're ending the cinematic. And I just think that's a great way to tie everything up, put a bow on top, and call it done at the end of the day. So there we have it, guys. Another game cinematic, League of Legends, The Call. Can't wait to also see Arcane Season 2. So let me know what you think. Leave any other comments with lore or League of Legends cinematics you should be taking a look at. And as always, I will see you guys in the next Motion Designer Reacts video. Have a good one.